Howdy folks, today we are going to look at another custom Transformer I've done. This is Transformers X Jojo Silver Chariot. It was a little idea I had while talking to one of my friends, because he got me into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that has been a rabbit hole I have yet to be able to crawl out of. Anyway, so this was a custom I did. It didn't make it into the original custom showcase because I wasn't done, because I was waiting for the Mirage mold to be reissued. And that took a little while, and I ended up... what was it? Sorry, these are going to be very rambly. My editing machine broke, and so that's why I have a lack of videos. I originally did this, and I wanted to edit it, but I couldn't because I couldn't find a software that didn't put a giant watermark, so... yeah, I kind of stuck with this. So enjoy the one take. Completely authentic. Anyway, so before we start with the figure, let's start with his little partner, Jean-Pierre Polnareff. If you don't know, he's the stand user from JoJo Part 3, Stardust Crusaders, and reappears in Part 5, Golden Wind. But this specifically is based off his Stardust Crusaders appearance. You have the white hair, which is just painted on there. The base figure for this was Clouder from Power of the Primes. One of the mini Pretender folks. As you can see, I had to melt his backpack off and then paint it all black just to cover it up. But yeah, no. So this was actually really hard to get all the detail down because it's such a small figure. So you got the black boots, his white pants, his weird shirt, and these things he has on his wrist, and yeah, it's pretty accurate to what Polnareff actually looked like in the show. And so yeah, that's just a piece I have to stand alongside him. Now let's get to the actual figure. And we're going to start in the least interesting mode out of the two, which is vehicle mode. And I always loved the Mirage mold because I love Formula 1 cars, and this is great. It looks amazing in silver. My one little paint detail that I messed up was right over here, where, because I painted the entire figure in robot mode, so I missed some of these little spots here, and then some of the wrist piece here. But overall, I think this mold looks really good in silver. I loved it in the normal colors too, and I've been meaning to get the Toy Hack stickers that give it all of its racing decals. But yeah, no, there's not much else to say on this. It's kind of hard to put together because all the added paint clumps up some of the slots and tabs and stuff. And I covered up his weapon ports with these circles, which you'll see with these tires. Those are from Cyberverse Armor, Spark Armor Optimus Prime, and those more play into robot mode to emulate Silver Chariot's arm shield things. But yeah, so I just transform them on screen. Yeah, get a little stuck in there. It took me like 5 minutes to put them into vehicle mode because those tabs just wouldn't go together. Oh god, I loved Siege. My biggest problem with this mold when it was originally released was let me get it wider out here. When this mold was released, it was that these pieces here were translucent plastic, and if you don't know, that is definitely not the strongest kind of plastic, and it breaks very easily. Well, not very easily, but it can break over time. And I already am finding them cracks of it in my normal Mirage, the original release, so I might just buy another one of these and kit bash them together and paint his legs the correct color. But alright, let's get wide out here. So yeah, let me just readjust the camera. Boom, okay. So, here is Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Netflix Silver Chariot. And yeah, the figure this was repainted from was the Decepticon Mirage, hence the face. So actually, speaking of the face, let's get a good look at it. Yeah, sorry about the camera, folks. There we go, yeah. So that's what the face looks like. I added the blue as a reference to the original Silver Chariot, because that's he had that blue little gem on the top of his head. And then this was the hardest part, because I was trying to make it look a bit more faithful, but I had no way of kind of making a more accurate head. And so I kind of just left the normal coloring on there, because it was already pretty color-wise accurate. And if I ever get a 3D printer someday, I'll probably make the head better, more accurate. But yeah, so taking a closer look at the figure, I added black in all these little divots, kind of making it look like an underskeleton like Silver Chariot had. You have his shoulder plates, which is what those were in the show, and they actually had spikes on them, but yeah, I guess I wasn't able to get those in there. And yeah, so I kind of just went over the whole thing in silver metallic paint and black paint, and that was about it. And I did one coat because enamel paint is a pain to rinse out of brushes. Hence, you can still kind of see the Decepticon symbol right there, but I'm fine with it. And then for swords, because if you don't know, Silver Chariot had a lance, I think it was. For sword, I use it like his original gun like this. I gave his shoulder launcher to Wheeljack as a gun, and the rocket to Siege Hound. But yeah, so at this angle it kind of looks like a sword, not really. But I ordered the Chromia BB kit from Dr. Wu, which came with 2 swords, which this guy will definitely get. And so yeah, that's pretty much about it for the figure. I really enjoyed making it. I love Jojo, and I was trying to think of a whole bunch of them to do, but this was the only one I could come up with. And yeah, no, this is it. This is the first solo custom figure showcase, and I hope to do more. I think next, looking at my shelf behind me, it's probably going to be Siege Ultra Magnus, which I did a cleanup job to. So yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time, hopefully with a better edited video. Peace.